Hey Boujie babes, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, my name is Chantler Tiara and we focus on all things beauty, hair, lifestyle, but all on a budget. If this is your first time seeing my face, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button down below. If you're returning Boujie babe, hey girl, I missed you and welcome back to yet another video. So if you guys have not read by the title, then what are you doing? Today's video is going to be how I do my everyday makeup routine. Basically the makeup routine that I do on the days that I decide to get up and put makeup on. This is it, girls. So let's get into it. Yeah, so you guys want to see how I got this makeup look, how I got this everyday glam, this everyday neutral glam, this natural glam, whatever you want to call it. If you guys want to see how I got it, make sure you guys stay tuned. To hop into this makeup tutorial, I am starting off with freshly cleaned and hydrated skin. I also primed off camera. I used the Milk Hydrating Primer as well as the Black Opal Invisible Oil Blocking Primer. I left the Milk one in the bathroom, but the Black Opal one I have here. I'll also leave all the products that I'm using today in the description box below. But yeah, my skin is nicely clean, hydrated, and primed, and we're just gonna hop into today's tutorial. So the way I like to do my makeup is I like to work my way down and then I come back and finish off my eyes. So the first thing that we're going to do is my brows. Okay. Alright, so I have naturally thick eyebrows, so I don't really fill them in much, and then I also like to go for a more natural looking eyebrow. So all I do for my eyebrows is the first thing that I like to do is brush them up just to get the shape that I want. And so that way I have a clear indication of where I need to fill in. I don't necessarily outline my eyebrows, I just fill in more so in the tail area where it gets sparse. I'm going to bring you guys in just so you guys can get a better look at my eyebrow process. Okay, so now that you guys are like focused in on the brows, all I did was comb them up. This eyebrow is more lifted than this one, and this one kind of gives a straight one, and this one gives a more arch one. So whenever I fill my eyebrows in or outline them or whatever you want to call them, I kind of focus on making this one appear that it's more arch and this one appear that it's not as arch, so that way they look similar, you know. So I'm going in with my Benefits eye pencil. I'm using the color 4.5, I believe. Let me see. Yeah, so I'm using the color 4.5 in the Benefit pencil. And the first thing that I'm going to do is just basically draw the bottom part of it and then fill in the tail. Because as you guys can see, like it's missing hair right here in the tail area. So I just draw the line and do it. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'm going to be right back.
Shit. We go 0 to 100, nigga, real quick. 80 on that rapid pay the bill shit. And I don't feel that shit, not even a little bit. Oh Lord, know yourself, know your work, nigga. My actions being louder than my words, nigga. I ain't slow, I was still slow down.
Okay, so once my brows are kind of the way that I want them, the next thing that I'm going to do is go ahead and take my concealer. I'm using the e.l.f. concealer in Deep Chestnut, and I'm going to take that in a flat brush and go ahead and outline the bottom of it. I do not mess with the top of my brows because I just like to keep it natural, but like a natural freshly arched look. You guys will see like towards the end when I really focus in on my eyebrows, but this is just the beginning step of what I like to do. Alright, so all I'm going to do is take my brush and my concealer and just wet the tip a little bit on both sides, coat it with the concealer, and then I'm just going to go in and arch them. I like to start in the center first where my arch is supposed to be and work my way from there.
I'm the rookie in the vet. Shout out to the bitches I ain't holding down the set. All up in my phone looking at pictures from the other night. She gon' be upset if she get scrolling to the left. Dog, she gon' see some shit that she don't wanna see. She ain't ready for it. If I ain't the greatest, then I'm headed for it. Yeah, that mean I'm way up. Yeah, 6 ain't friendly, but the swear I live.
This is the look so far. I'm not completely done. I'm not completely done with the eyebrows, but we're gonna leave them alone for now and come back to them later. Now that the eyebrows are kind of done, y'all look surprised. But this eyebrow, I don't know, it just doesn't sit the same. So I just be looking like this all the time, but that's neither here nor there. We'll fix it later. But for now, I'm gonna go ahead and move on to my foundation. For my foundation, I am using the Fit Me foundation in the color 355, and I'm using the Dewy and Smooth formula. They have a Dewy and Smooth formula, and then they have a matte formula. I do suffer from super oily skin, but I noticed that when I use lots and lots of matte products, my makeup doesn't look as smooth and natural as it's supposed to. It looks very cakey and dry, and I think that's the reason why my skin is oily, because I'm like drying out all the oils. So when I switched to the Dewy and Smooth foundation, I started to see a difference in my makeup application. So I use this. This is probably the only hydrating product that I use besides my moisturizer, but it works out for me. I just place it on my face. I do not use a lot of foundation, more so just to add a blank canvas for me to perform my artwork.
I'm the rookie in the vet. Shout out to the bitches I ain't holding down the set. All up in my phone looking at pictures from the other night. She gon' be upset if she get thrown to the left, dog. She gon' see some shit that she don't wanna see. She ain't ready for it. If I ain't the greatest, then I'm headed for it. Yeah.
Let's blend it out.
Yeah. 6 ain't friendly, but it's where I live. The shit a motherfucking layup. I been Steph Curry with the shot. Been cooking with the sauce. Chef Curry with the pot, boy. 360 with the wrist, boy. Hey, who the fuck them niggas is, boy?
My foundation is almost blended out all the way. I'm gonna go in with my Milk Hydro Grip setting spray / refreshing spray. I spray this onto my skin right after applying my foundation because I found that my foundation sticks and lasts longer. Well, my whole makeup application sticks and lasts longer when I set my skin while I'm doing it. So I'm gonna go ahead and set the foundation and continue to blend it out.
Really with the shits, I should probably start a head boy, cause I got all the heads, boy. Fuck all that drink, you gotta chill shit. I be on my little mouse drill shit. Fuck all that rap to pay your bill shit. Yeah, I'm on some rappers pay.
So now that I have somewhat of a blank canvas, I'm gonna go back in with my e.l.f. concealer. This is the 16-hour camo concealer matte finish, y'all. I swear by this concealer. I love this concealer. This has been a staple for the past year or so, and I have no intentions on changing it out. This is probably the best concealer I've ever used. It has a matte finish. It's perfect for people with oily skin or skin that creases easily, and it lasts all freaking day. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with the deep chestnut first, and I'm going to apply that underneath my eyes, my chin and my T-zone, and then I'm going to take a few dots of the medium beige just to brighten it up a little bit afterwards, because this is like my skin tone, so it's gonna make me like natural. I mean, I'm going for a natural glam, but I still want like a little with it, okay?
With the shits, I should probably start a head boy, cause I got all the heads, boy. Fuck all that drink, you gotta chill shit. I be on my little mouse drill shit. Fuck all that rap to pay your bill shit. Yeah, I'm on some rappers pay my bill shit. All up on TV, I thought it made me richer. Wasn't paying me enough, I needed something quicker. So now I'm all in Nico basement, putting working on the phones. Either that or try to money more to make the pickups. Man, it's 2008, I'm trying to pay the picture. Comeback season in the works, and now I'm thinking.
Okay, so now that I have my concealer placed where I want it to place, I'm gonna go ahead with my setting spray again and just wet that up. I do not let this concealer sit on my face for, like, you know how you let concealer sit on your face for a minute or two? Don't do that with this. Don't do that with this concealer, because this concealer dries down quick, fast, and in a hurry. And when you let it dry down, baby girl, it ain't moving, okay? So I just set it a little bit more just because I want it to be set, you know, for the rest of the day. And I'm gonna just go ahead and blend everything out.
Shit. We go 0 to 100, nigga, real quick. 80 on that rapid pay the bill shit. And now I'm finished shit, not even a little bit. Oh Lord, know yourself, know your work, nigga. My actions being louder than my words, nigga. I ain't slow, I been still slow down to earth, nigga. Niggas wanna do it, we can do it on their turf, nigga. Oh Lord, I'm the rookie in the vet. Shout out to the bitches I ain't holding down the set. All up in my phone looking at pictures from the other night. She gon' be upset if she keep scrolling to the left, dog. She gon' see some shit that she don't wanna see. She ain't ready for it. If I ain't the greatest, then I'm headed for it. Yeah, that mean I'm way up. Yeah, 6 ain't friendly with the swear out there. This shit a motherfucking layup. I been Steph Curry with the shot. Been cooking with the sauce. Chef Curry with the pop.
Okay, everything, just about everything is blended out. I like to let my nose sit for a minute because I like my nose to be snatched, so I let that concealer sit. But I blended out pretty much the other concealer, so what I'm going to do now is blend my foundation with my concealer. I'm taking the brush that I blended out my foundation with, and I'm just going to marry everything together.
All up in my phone looking at pictures from the other night. She gon' be upset if she keep scrolling to the left, dog. She gon' see some shit that she don't wanna see. She ain't ready for it. If I ain't the greatest, then I'm headed for it. Yeah, that mean I'm way up. Yeah, 6 ain't friendly with the swear out there.
Just giving very much blended, okay? Yeah. Now that everything is just about blended and my nose highlight has sat for a little minute, now I'm going to go back in and blend that out. Now that everything is bright and blended, I'm going to go ahead and set my foundation. I'm going to go ahead and set my foundation with the Fit Me Matte and Poreless powder in the shade 355. So this is the exact same color that my foundation is, just in a powder shade. So everywhere I did not add highlights, I will go ahead and press this powder into my skin.
Go for it. Yeah, I mean you already wrote for us. Damn, nigga, was one more quote for us.
So now that the foundation and stuff is set, I'm now going to set my highlight with Fit Me in the shade 20. This is their loose finishing powder. I love this powder. I think that this powder and the e.l.f. concealer marry well together. And so these two things have been in my staple like products, like my everyday products for my makeup. Okay, so I don't know what you guys saw and what you didn't see, but I'm just going in with my nose, setting my nose. So now that the nose is pretty much set, I'm going to go in with my beauty blender just to snatch the nose up a little bit, and I'm going to go on the side.
We go 0 to 100, nigga, real quick. 80 on that rapid pay the bill shit. And now I'm finished shit, not even a little bit. Oh Lord, know yourself, know your work, nigga. Being louder than my words, nigga. I ain't slow, I been still slow down to earth, nigga. Niggas wanna do it, we can do it on their turf, real quick.
Next, I'm gonna go in with my bronzer / contour, and I like to use the Black Radiance in Ebony, and I like to use the Beauty Bakery blush in this orange color, and I just mix the two so that way it gives me like the perfect sun-kissed bronze contour look. So what I do is I just take one dab of that because this stuff is super harsh if you put too much, and then I take a bunch of the orange so that way it's married, and I just go in like this, focus it up, and like that. So I don't know if you guys can see it, but that's basically what I do, and to me it gives me the perfect bronzed look, okay? The perfect kissed by the sun look. So I'm gonna go ahead and bronze the rest of my face. I'm gonna do underneath my chin and forehead. And so we are all bronze, and before I go and move on to the next step, I'm just gonna take my foundation brush again and marry everything together. like that. I'm going in with the 30 Fit Me loose powder in 30. This one is in the medium deep, and I'm going to go ahead and carve out my cheekbones. Okay, so now that we have contoured, bronze, highlighted, set, all of that good stuff, I'm gonna go ahead and dust off this powder that I have. And to dust it off, I'm using, again, Fit Me, y'all. If y'all couldn't tell by now, I love me a good Fit Me everything. Foundation, setting powder, loose powder. Yeah, the only thing I have not used so far for Fit Me is eyebrows, concealer, and pressed powder. But I'm sure if I find one that I like, I'm gonna grab it. So I'm just gonna go in with this brush. I'm gonna find me a brush. I'm gonna go in with this. This is, like I said, in the color 230.
Been cooking with the sauce, chef curry with the pot, boy. 360 with the wrist, boy. Hey, who the fuck niggas is, boy? Oh, yo, man, we really.
So now that everything is pretty much blended together and set and everything like that, I'm now going to go ahead and focus on contouring my nose. It's pretty much contour for the most part, but I am going to go in with my Black Radiance and Warm Hazelnut just to divide it a little bit more and to bring it into my eyebrows.
So now I'm all in nigga basement putting working on the phones. Either that or try to money more to make the pickups. Man, it's 2008, I'm trying to paint the picture. Comeback season in the works and now I'm thinking bigger. I got Boise in the studio every night, late night. Gotta watch that shit, don't wanna make them sicker. That's my nigga, oh lord. Got a whole lot to show for it. I mean, we can really get it, we can go for it. I'm just here for the bucks in the Phillies, nigga. Don't make me kill one of the ghosts for it. I run this shit, they like, go for us. Run for us, run for us, go for it. Yeah, I mean, you already wrote for us. Damn, nigga.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and set my face. Just for now, we aren't completely done, but I just like to set this part of my makeup routine, and I'm going in with the Morphe misting one. And that's going to bring everything together and make everything blend basically. So I'm going to let that dry and I'll be right back. Alright y'all, so we are almost to the final stages of our face being done. Again, this is like my everyday makeup routine when I decide to do wear makeup, and it usually doesn't take me this long, but I think it takes me long because I'm like talking and trying to explain every step to you guys. But I'm going to go ahead and finish off the base portion of my makeup by adding my blush. I'm using the e.l.f. palette. Y'all do not look at that because I be using this thing for like lace glue, eyelash glue, all kind of stuff. But I'm using the palette from e.l.f. This is their blush palette. It doesn't really have a name on it, but it comes with 4 really pretty like pink and red colors. And today I'm going to go with this one. I'm going to go with this one. As you guys can see, it does have a shimmer to it, so it is also an acting highlight, but I am going to add highlight as well. But I'm just going to go ahead and get it on my brush, knock all the excess off, and I'm going to focus on my cheeks and raise it up to flow in with my contour / bronze. So, like so. It's bright, but in person it's really not that bright. And then once that's done, again, alright, and once that's done, again, I'm going to go in with my Fit Me pressed powder, and I'm basically going to blend that out and make it not as harsh.
Go for it. Yeah, I mean, you already wrote for it.
Like so. So as you guys can see, I did roll it down a lot, but it's still very much there, very much present, and very much here to steal the show. So yeah, get into it really quick. Alright, so now that my makeup is like 85% done, I'm gonna go back, I'm gonna drag you guys back in and we are going to finish the eyes/eyebrows.
Shit. We go 0 to 100, nigga, real quick. 80 on that rapid, pay the bill shit. And now I'm better shit, not even a little bit. Oh Lord, know yourself, know your work, nigga. My actions being louder than my words, nigga. I ain't slow, I been still slow down to earth, nigga. Niggas wanna do it, we can do it on their turf, nigga. Oh Lord, I'm the rookie in the vet. Shout out to the bitches out here holding down the set. All up in my phone looking at pictures from the other night. She gon' be upset if she keep scrolling to the left, dog. She gon' see some shit that she don't wanna see. She ain't ready for it. If I ain't the greatest, then I'm headed for it. Yeah, that mean I'm way up. Yeah, 6 ain't friendly, but the swear I live. This shit a motherfucking layup.
Alright, so now that the face is pretty much done, I'm just gonna set it one last time with my Morphe. For today's highlight, I'm going in with the Fenty Beauty Hustle Baby. Hustle Baby. Kylie, you look like mommy.
It's 2008, I'm trying to paint the picture. Comeback season in the works and now I'm thinking bigger. I got Boujie in the studio every night, late night. Gotta watch that shit, don't wanna make them sicker. That's my nigga, oh Lord. Got a whole lot to show for it. I mean, we can really get it, we can go for it. I'm just here for the bucks and the Phillies, nigga. Don't make me kill one of the ghosts for it. I run this shit, they like, go for us, run for us, run for us, go for it.
Alright, so the final step is lips. First, I'm going in with the Kiss Luxury Intense Lip Liner in dark brown. Then, this is where it gets tricky. I'm taking a little bit of my concealer of choice and just dabbing it on my bottom lip. And I'm just gonna blend it into the eyeliner, lip liner. I know I look crazy, but trust the process. Next, I'm going to take some lip gloss, which is just some clear lip gloss that I had laying around. And I'm just going to put that on top. Then I'm going to take my Fenty Glow, the Gloss Bomb, put that on top. And there you have it, my nude lip combo. Okay, y'all, so the makeup is done. I'm about to go do my hair and I'll be right back. Oh, y'all, this makeup is giving everything it was supposed to give. Like, I'm just feeling myself a little bit too much, and I think I have a reason to do that because it's just giving, like, I feel like a little pretty princess face. Like, y'all, it came out way better than I expected. Usually when I do makeup tutorials or videos, they never come out this good. But y'all, I am literally gagging, like, y'all. Okay, well, that concludes today's video, y'all. If you liked today's video, make sure you guys give me a big thumbs up. If there was something in this video, like a technique or something that you guys have done before, make sure you leave it in the comments down below so I know, like, you know, what you girls do. And if you learned something in this video, make sure you let me know in the comments down below. If you try anything from this video, make sure you tag me in all of your recreations, all of your tries, you know, whatever you want to call it. Make sure you're tagging your girl on all social media, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, all the good things. Also, make sure you are following all my social media accounts. If you haven't, why not? Yeah. But yeah, that concludes today's video. You guys make sure you are running up all the likes, all the comments, and make sure you are subscribed down to the channel. If this video hasn't showed you why you should subscribe to the channel, then girl, I don't know what to tell you. It's it for the girls, y'all. And I just paired this with one of my wigs as well as one of my silver necklaces just to spruce it up, and I think I did a wonderful job. So yeah, I will see you all in my next video. I hope you all love this video so much, just as much as I love you, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.